Welcome to the Mind Myself podcast. I'm Esther, and it is my pleasure to be bringing you information about healthcare approaches, health issues, and people's health journey stories, all from the complementary, holistic, and integrative perspectives, helping you become your own best health advocate and helping you make your own informed choices because you matter. Welcome to Mind Myself Conversations with E. I'm Esther, founder and CEO of Mind Myself, and it is my great pleasure to welcome Allison Zeidler to our podcast today. Welcome, Allison.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. This is great.
I love it. And we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects today. We're going to talk about energy healing and why it's so important and what is it all about. But before we get into that, let's find out a little bit about you, Allison. What are some of your credentials and what kind of work do you do?
Great. Thank you. I'm a holistic wellness facilitator. I opened my clinic in 2009, and I'm a quantum touch energy healer instructor. I'm a touch for health instructor. I am a heart math certified practitioner. I'm a registered Canadian reflexology therapist. And I am a certified animal equine massage therapist and an equine somatics level 1 educator.
Wow. So you work with both people and with animals.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, let's jump in. What is energy work? Clearly, you have studied many different modalities. So tell us a little bit about overarching. What is energy work and why is it so important?
It's so important because everything is energy. We are energy. And there's so many styles out there, right? But it's been around for as long as people have been around. Energy healing works physically and mentally and emotionally and energetically, spiritually. We are energetic beings in a physical body. So we live in the physical world, yes. But absolutely everything has an energy. The table has an energy to it. There are molecules, that's energy. We feel energy. The plants have energy. Everything is energy. And we are affected by energy. We're affected by the energy of the sun. We're affected by the energy of the person that we walk by or the people that we live with. Our animals feel our energy. They have energy. So it's ultimately it's the life force energy that is all around us, and it sustains us all. It keeps us alive. It keeps the world alive. That's what energy is. And energy healing is how we interact with each other. Yeah.
And so as a practitioner, an energy healing or energy work practitioner, or some people say energy medicine, what does that actually mean? So we're all energy, whether we're plant or animal or a thing, a stationary thing, and all those energies are interacting with each other. But as a practitioner, what do you do with that energy?
So what I do as a practitioner is, in order to help my clients, I need to keep my energetic vibration up high. Mm-hmm. So if we're in pain, if we're in discomfort, and that's physical or mental, emotional, our energy is really low. If I keep my energy up high, then only one of three things can happen. We can meet in the middle. So mine drops and theirs comes up a little bit. Okay. Or mine goes all the way down. Or theirs, we don't want that, no. Or theirs comes up as high as possible. And it's in that space that my client heals themselves. I can't heal someone. I can't digest your food for you, but I can give that energy that your system uses, that your being uses to do what it needs to do.
And how would you do that? Give us an example.
So in quantum touch energy healing, we teach about different methods of increasing and keeping our vibration high. And we use breathing techniques. We use visualization techniques. And breath is very important, okay? That keeps our vibration up high. And we're not using our own energy in quantum touch. We're using that life force energy that's all around us. And some people call it spirit. Some people call it God. Some people just call it the stuff that's around us.
The stuff that's around us.
Yeah.
Right. And so what I'm hearing is you tap into that and you use all the modalities that you've studied to do individual work, whatever is needed, whether it's reflexology or chakra work or breath work, whatever tools are at your disposal. Mm-hmm. Somebody comes in for a session and you listen to them, and then you use those tools to help them raise their vibration, their energy levels, so they can activate their own body's healing.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic.
In a nutshell, yes.
Okay, I got it. Yay. That's wonderful. Now, some people go, okay, that's a bit woo-woo for me. Let's talk about the woo-woo versus science, because I know there have been studies that prove energy exists, that we are energy, and that these modalities work. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes. And when I teach level 1, we chat about this, because yes, lots of people are like, no, that's too woohoo for sure. But energy healing can be explained scientifically or more spiritually. And from the spiritual perspective, right, again, you can call it God, you can call it the universe, whatever feels right, okay? But there have been so many studies over the years. And one of them, so for example, what they did was they split an atom in half. And so I don't know how they do that. I'm not a scientific type person, but they did. They split the atom. Half of it is on one side of the world and the other half is on the other side of the world. And then they started doing experiments. And whatever they did to this one reacted the same way instantaneously. So they're connected. I don't know how they're connected. Again, I'm not the science person, but that alone shows that there's connections. You have studies and stories of women who have recently given birth and then they're separated from their child. And so, that could be a few miles, baby starts crying, and suddenly mom starts lactating. How does that work, right? Again, there's a connection. Even things like taking EEGs on the brain, for example, and someone's just in a nice quiet state and they don't know that someone is giving them an energy healing session, but you can see their brain waves change. So there is something to it. And science is starting to catch up from that perspective. And there's lots and lots of studies that you can find online. Again, not science person here, so I don't really tend to look up many of them, but Bruce Lipton, his stuff is amazing. So many people out there.
Absolutely. That's a great context to put it in. And yes, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden. We're going to talk about Greg Braden and heart math in another podcast that we've done. And so check that out too. Cool. But let's now put this in the context of medicine as a whole. Western medicine, it definitely has its place. Western medicine and then complementary medicine. Why not have both? So maybe you could comment a little bit about your thoughts around that.
Definitely. Yes, I have never once told any of my clients, don't go see your doctor. Okay. We definitely need our doctors. Sometimes
Mm.
we need medication, right? But there's so much that we can do for ourselves and right, our diet, our thoughts, our socializing, all of those things play a part into our health, among many others. But complementary therapies go such a long way. Even something like reflexology, which is kind of like a foot massage, okay, but it calms the nervous system. It helps your body function better. It balances your organs. Those things are really important if you're in ill health, if you're undergoing something like chemo. Um, right? We need things to balance. And that's, again, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And energy healing can do pretty much all of that, right? Because it affects every part of us. We need to start combining the complementary therapies more so with regular standardized medicine.
I heartily agree. And in terms of reflexology, I remember being in Ontario. I live in BC, but I was in Ontario on a sales trip one time for a company I worked with. And I went for a massage. I wanted to book a massage in this place. They said, "Oh, we don't have any massage therapists available for the times you are, but there's a reflexologist person." And I went, "Okay, I'll take whatever you got." Sorry, that wasn't very good of me. And I ended up having the best session. It changed my whole system and I felt so much better. And I went, oh my gosh. And it wasn't the kind of head reflexology sessions where they dig into you and it was unpleasant at all. This was gentle and amazing. So that's my story. Tell us a story or two of some of your client experiences with your different modalities.
Yes, I completely agree with that. I love offering reflexology because of that, right? You don't have to get naked. Your body's
Although
not
that's
covered
good.
in oil. It
That's
is, yes.
good.
But I've had one client who couldn't move her shoulder actually and came for reflexology. And at the end of the session, she had full range.
Wow.
Which was amazing. There's so many stories. Energy healing. I had a man come to me who had really severe arthritis in his hands. And even with the medication he was on, his pain level was 9 out of 10. And the next medication that he could go to was morphine. So
Wow.
he was in a lot of pain. He said, "Can you do anything?" I said, "I don't know, let's try." So we were in a public place. It was a dog show that I had a booth at. And so we did a session. It was about 20 minutes and I'm really directing the healing energies to his hands. So after about 20, 30 minutes, his pain level went down to about a 4, which is substantial when you're in that much pain.
Absolutely.
But he came back a few hours later and he said, just so you know, I mean, it helped my hands. But what was really cool was that all the pain that I have in my knees that I've had for like 20 years is gone. Right? So again, I might, as a practitioner, I might be saying, okay, let's focus on his hands. But his inner healer was like, yeah, we'll help the hands, but we're also going to help the knees.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have, like you said, hundreds of
Lots.
stories. So I look forward to learning more of those on another context. So, Allison, I know you have something as we wrap this up, you have a little exercise for us that I'm looking forward to participating too. Let's do it.
Yes. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is just kind of notice how you feel. Okay. Any tension, any tightness, how's your emotional outlook? Okay. So quantum touch uses intention, attention, breathing, and visualization to help increase our own vibration. Okay. We're only going to do this for about 30, 40 seconds, so there's not a lot of dead airspace. But once you've listen to this or watch this, then you can do it for 4 or 5 minutes. Okay. So just take some nice even breaths, just at your own pace. You can inhale to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 4. Just a nice, easy breathing pattern. And then what I would like you to do is imagine that you are holding an infant in your arms, and that infant is you. And just keep breathing. And our intention is going to be to send love. Send loving energy to that little baby that you're holding in your arms. That's you. And focus all your attention on sending love to that baby. Continue to breathe nice, even breaths. And then we'll end this now. And then I just want you to notice how you feel.
I'll have a smile on my face. It was delightful. I'm going to do that tonight.
Yeah.
And spend 5 minutes just giving my little baby self some love.
Yes. Yeah.
Because why not?
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. So that's a skill that anybody can do at any time. If we're feeling down or if we're feeling anxious or whatever, discombobulated, take some breaths. Imagine yourself holding a little baby who is you.
Yeah.
And then breathe into that and send love. Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that. I'm going to integrate that into my practices for sure. Thank you.
It's
Allison,
cool.
in addition to that beautiful thought, is there something you'd like to leave your audience with today?
Love, 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 right? Be kind to yourself. And I am offering a level 1 quantum touch healing class, November 18th and 19th, 2023. So you can reach out to me about that too. But remember to always be kind to yourself.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for this, Allison. What a pleasure to have this podcast. And we're doing this because you matter.
You matter too. Everyone does.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us at the Mind Myself podcast today. We know that time is precious and you've spent some of your valuable time with us. We're grateful. If you would like to reach out to our guests directly, the information is below. And if you would like more from Mind Myself, that information is also below. Please visit our website and check out all the information about the different complementary, holistic, and integrative healthcare approaches, information about health issues, more podcasts, tons of blogs, and we even have a community page for you where you could reach out and tell your story safely, or you could ask questions and perhaps somebody else in the world is going through something similar to you. In any case, we're so glad you're with us, and we're doing this because you matter.